Yeah, g'day and welcome to the series that we look at commercial properties, either commercial buildings or assets such as businesses. And we have a look and discuss how we can make the most of them, make them work synergistically and make life easier and make more money for you. In the episode that was just on, we looked at decision making and we worked from the basis of the different learning styles that we have as individuals, and how we can effectively make faster decisions so that you can be competitive in an environment where there's lots of other people looking for your commercial properties. This episode, we're going to have a look at a planning tool. You can call it a need for speed or a way of successfully planning. But what I found is people who are effective in whatever field they are, be it sport, be it business, be it not-for-profits, they need to have a plan, they need to have a strategy, and they need to have it in writing. I'm going to give you a one-page tool that I've used for several decades. In a previous life, I was a small business consultant, and I did a lot of work with people, helping them plan about growing their business, and this is a tool that I used with great success. And people are still using it today. I'm going to get Cameron to put up on the screen this template that we've got. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what we're looking for. Big kudos for Cameron. He takes my comical relief type videos and makes them into something semi-professional that is suitable for the appetite of viewers. If you look at the template we have. Now, this template came when I was working in the Australian Taxation Office, and the interesting thing is they used to call it an ABCD template, and for each box there was a letter. Interestingly, is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes, and ABCD is 4 letters. It just goes to show the Australian Taxation Office might be good with numbers, but when it comes to letters and writing sentences, it's no good, which explains also why there's probably 60,000 pages worth of tax legislation in Australia, and heaven knows how much in the country that you exist in. In the top left of the corner, there's an area for a mission goal or a project purpose. When I talk to people and I ask them why commercial property or why buying a business, and quite often I'll get an answer of, to make money. And that's not a purpose, that's a result. What I want you to do is to understand why you're looking for money or why you're looking to go into commercial. Because when you have that clarity of thought in regards to why you want to do something, you find you have much faster activity, much better purpose, and you'll get a much better direction. I'm not looking into, there's a whole lot of different ways of working out purposes. Some people, prescribe to a prosperity doctrine. Others look in regards to the laws of attraction. Others use a vision board. A vision board's starting to get there, but they all have the same purpose in an extent, and that is to focus on something. A vision board, you may well have a picture of the building that you want, or a typical business in the industry that you're looking for. If it's a laundromat, you may have a photo of some laundromat or something like that. Where the benefit comes in is every day you come into that vision board and you will see something that prompts you to focus on that actual goal, and that is what I want you to use this particular document for. It's a focusing tool. Things that get measured get done. Things that have focus are achieved, and this is a really good way, especially for those people who have been struggling for over 6 months in finding their business or selling their property, to start looking at making it work and making it happen for you. On the bottom left of the template, you'll see it's like a status quo. It's looking for having you consider where you currently are right now. So if you're looking at buying commercial properties, this might be saying, okay, how many properties have you got currently? How much money do you currently have? Where are you at in your process of searching? It's going to be the benchmark for you where we compare progress. Sometimes we get busy going along the road doing the things we need to do, and we don't look back and yeah, you need to be able to do that. I've shared before that I play fairly solid chess, and like any sport, you can have times where you're in form and times when you're out of form. And to know where you were 12 months ago is a great motivator to help you get through those dark times when you're just racking up loss after loss and you're just not making the decisions you want to do. So this is where the benchmarks are looking for, and you can make your own. I mean, this is a template and it's used for businesses, but you can have a look at your own benchmarks and your own ideas. You can also have a look at quality of life. Where is your family in with the journey? Are they supporting you in this? Are you supporting them in this? Are they with you? That sort of type area. There's an area down there for SWOT, which is a strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. Don't get too carried away. 2 points in each area is all that you need. So what are 2 strengths? What are 2 things that you do well? You may be quite diligent as an aspect. People marvel by the fact that you're able to go through detail. You may be a big picture thinker. That's an internal strength as well. Not everyone has that. You've got something that's probably above average. These are the things that we put in the strengths. Weaknesses is the flip side. These are internal weaknesses. I'm not looking for excuses of we couldn't get that one because the finance didn't get it organised. Once you have a look at it, okay, well, we didn't have enough money to pay for it, or we don't have enough deposit, or I haven't got enough knowledge. Once again, it can be internal as well as external sort of type bracket. Opportunities, that's an external feature. Opportunities could be as simple as the geography. What area are you looking for? Have you found an industry that you could make some money in because it's currently undervalued and people aren't all aware of it? Threats is, once again, external. You can look at things like, if you're leveraged, interest rates will be a threat for you if they go up. If they go down, it could be an opportunity for you. A change of government and election is always a threat because you really never know what's going on. Taxation can be considered a threat. These are the external factors that you look at. So that gives you an idea on where you're currently at. On the right-hand side, the opposite side of the template, it starts to talk about a goal. I tend to look at using these plans for once a year, like a 12-month outlay. I look at mine each month. I have a calendar note in my diary to look at it, and I can check progress against it and balances and likes of that. I suggest you do the same. But if it's your first time you've done this, maybe look at a 1 month plan or a 2 month plan just to get you started and work it through there. Have a look at the goals. So if you say it's 12 months and in your benchmark you've got no properties, you may be in a situation you want to get to the stage in 12 months you have your first property under your belt. You may have a look at some training skills. You may not be comfortable with understanding EMR and CLR registers, contaminated land registers and environmental management registers. So you may put down as a training aspect that, to get to a stage where you can have a decent conversation with a solicitor or a real estate agent about land registrations and the classifications thereof. Other things you could have a look at is, what would your properties look like? This is where you get to dream and run with it. We use a term you've probably come across called SMART, where you can have a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely goals. That gets very specific. Yeah, I'm a fan for that. Once again, it clarifies, it gets that focus going through there for you. But you need to also have a look at opportunities. So don't look exclusively at one type of property at the exclusion of all others. You may find that there's other opportunities to go across. But use a SMART principle to work with it as you go. So we know where we are, we know where we want to go, why you're doing it. The next step is, how do we get from where we are to where we want to go? And that's where we start to look in the middle of the box, is some strategies. I generally look at about 3 strategies at the most, because the more you have, the more your time will be spread across. You may do 10 things badly. You're much better off doing one thing well and then moving on to the next thing. Multitasking is overrated. Don't be doing it. Don't get stuck in it. You just get caught up with it. Look at production companies. They're the most efficient organisations in the world. They make one car from the beginning to the end. They don't make every car with a framework, and then every car with the wheels, and then every car with the engine. It's constantly focusing on one at a time. That's where you get efficiency. That's where you get speed, and speed is what we need. We need to give you in that situation where you've got the advantage on the other competitors who are looking for your properties and businesses. The strategies, if you find that you have 4 or 5, then put 3 to start with, keep the other 2 in reserve. When you've finished off your top priority, put a date next to it, cross it off, put number 4 in there. It's an evolving document. You can keep changing it over and run it that way. But have a look at 3 strategies. For example, strategies, all right, if you've decided that you need to get some learning on environmental management registers, how are you going to find that? Where's a strategy for it? Can you find, I use that as an example because it's going to be an upcoming video on us. So you may put as a strategy, watch the EMR video coming up on YouTube. Easy. Got that worked out. Some things may be harder. They may be like, okay, I need to get a deposit. You need to have something to play with. So you have a strategy in place on how do we do that. Do we beg, borrow, steal, whatever you want to do. Put some effort in regards to working at how you're going to get to the stage where you have enough deposit to get that commercial property. Another strategy that you look at, it may be as simple as trying to find the geographical area that you want to go to. If you've decided that Blacktown is an area to look at and you live in Albury, then you should put a strategy together on getting some local intel, whether you go up and drive and visit there, whether you get a couple of real estate agents that you can trust, whether you talk to a valuer. These are the things that you start to put in the strategy. Once again, keep it simple. It's not rocket science. We just want to help you focus to get from where you are to where you're going. Now, when you've thought about this already, you're going to be quantum leaps ahead of where you are, and significantly quantum leaps ahead of where you were 12 months ago. Like any good general, you find that with a strategy you need to have resources. Napoleon, Duke of Wellington, that sort of type era, they never went into battle unless they had the resources. And the last part that we have in the diagram down the bottom centre is the resources. The great generals would never go to battle unless they had twice as many men as their opponent. They'd never get into battle unless they had their cavalry ready. They never went into battle unless they had their artillery ready. They never went into battle unless the troops were rested. They wouldn't be going to battle after walking for 10 weeks to get to the battleground. And I want you to look at this section of resources as giving you the material to get your strategies done. Get your strategies done, you'll end up getting your goal organised. Time, money and people always tend to be 3 things that are almost in all resources. Everybody seems to need them. Time can be as simple as how many hours a week are you going to dedicate to doing this? When are you going to do this during the week? As an example, I use the YouTube channel that we're doing. My initial plan, on a bright sunny day when I was thinking clearly, was I was going to take 1 day a week. I'll get my production manager, get my guests, get my content, and we were just going to smash out 4 or 5 videos in a day. Nice easy plan. That was the concept. Didn't take me long to work out that it's very darn hard to get all your ducks lined up. It was like herding cats. So we had to change the resources. We had to change the strategy a little bit. So now what we do is we do it components. Once again, like the assembly line, I'll create the content, I'll do the video, I'll chuff it off to Cameron, he'll make it magical, then we get it distributed, then we get it marketed, and off we go. So it's a different philosophy through there. Money, that's as simple as truly understanding what your budget is. Have a talk with your bank manager. We don't generally have pre-approved finance anymore, but you can talk to your manager and your banker and say, this is what I want to do. These are my assets. What do you need to be able to tell me how much I can spend? Because that's what you really want to do. When you go to put in an offer, you need to know what your budget is and how much you can spend. If you can get to that stage, or if you've got the cash, then that's even better. But you at least want to get to the stage of money, and that's the money area. Skills, we've spoken a bit about that. It may be looking at software skills, learning how to find the correct properties that you're looking for, learning how to negotiate with salespeople, learning how to work with a good accountant to get your tax structure in place. Every business that you buy or property you buy, taxation is going to be slightly different, so these are skills you need to look at. And you can have as many resources as you want, but once again, I've got 4 on this one. Once you get past 4, you start to sort of scratch a little bit, so that indicates that it's not an important one. So that template is designed to help you clarify your thought. So we talk about our book of learning, which regular viewers will be familiar with. It's where you start to write down, like the topic of the video. In this one, it's successful planning. It may have a couple of points, not so much about taking notes, but more on action points that you want to do. I would take that book, I would turn it sideways because I find landscape works much better. Put your boxes in similar to the template, or take a screenshot of the template and print it, whatever works for you. Use a pencil because you're going to be rubbing it out and rewriting it, and put in those components. That is your homework for this week. To make it easier rather than just look at theory, I've also got one here we prepared earlier. It's a little bit like a home cooking show, I suppose. This one was a couple of years old, so there's no confidential information in there. But you can see this one is already very different to the template. This person really took it on board. They've used graphs, they put pictures in there. If you're a mind map person, do drawings. Who says it's your plan? It's your document. It's something to support you. Do it in a way that suits you. If pictures work for you, great, go for it. If you like charts and graphs and numbers, go for it, make it work. You'll see, however, the structure is very, very much closely aligned to the template. In the top, in big bold letters, my passion is to improve the success rate of your small business, yada yada yada. That is the mission. That's the purpose of what that business owner was trying to achieve. That's what got them up in the morning. They were very clear on why they were doing what they were doing. If you're not clear on why you want to buy commercial property or buy a business or sell commercial property or sell a business, then you're probably going to struggle to be motivated to get it done. So make sure you understand that vision, and you may change that over time. You may think that you're doing it for this particular reason. You may think you're wanting it to help yourself, but in 6 months' time, you suddenly realize, no, you want to leave a heritage for your children, and you just tweak the mission as you go. On this document from Aquila, on the left-hand side is the current state of play. Where they are. They talk in terms of product mix, growth drivers, financial. This is a business one. It's not a commercial property one, but you get the concept. They've got a SWOT analysis down the bottom. You can see there's 3 or 4 points on each area. Nice, simple sort of terms. They've got a graph there in regards to where they're getting their work from. On the They really haven't got much in regards to where they want to go. Apart, I suppose, the little box in the middle, that is where they want to go. They want to double the size of the business. They want to be debt-free. They want a new vehicle. Okay, so that's what we have in the right-hand corner of the template. They put it front and center and in green. Hey, cool, works for me. Once again, fewer words are better. Draw pictures in there if you want to. And then they've got some strategies underneath it. How are they going to get to the things that they want to do in regards to succeeding in 2017? They want a mass market growth engine. They want some marketing, systems development. And then down here in the bottom right-hand corner, that's where they've got their resources. So these are the resources that are going to help them get the strategies that are going to help them achieve the goal they're looking for. They're looking at paid fund advertising, better measurement for client feedback, and a new vehicle. It can be quite practical and pragmatic. There's a little bit difference in this one. They've customized. They put some key learnings. You can tweak and put extra bits and pieces. But the concept is, I want you to have a document that's yours, that you look at regularly. It can be monthly, anything more than that. Maybe fortnightly. I wouldn't do it every day. That's what you got vision boards for. But this is where you're starting to work. And if you check yourself every 2 weeks, every month, you'll be going on towards where you want to go. And you're going to be in the 97% of people who don't buy a business is not going to be you. You're going to be in the 3% of people that do get that purchase this year, because you've got a plan and it's going to give you the tools and the resources to move quickly when you get it. Like I said in the last video, it's not the big fish that eat the little fish, it's the fast fish that eat the slow fish. All right, look forward to catching you next week, where we've got a special guest actually, and we're going to talk about taxation. Doesn't sound exciting, but we're going to make sure how you increase your revenue by making sure you get your tax under control. And it's different for everybody. It's an exciting one, and I'm sure you'll love our guest. All right, till next Tuesday, take care and God bless.